All right, weekend sports betting tips on the Barroom Network. Got Mr. Sean Higgs and Anthony from Powder Sports. Getting ready to talk some baseball, maybe a little soccer. I know how Sean loves soccer. But first, he was out of commission with a little power outage there in Houston.
Yeah, the power. So I woke up. It was like 5 in the morning, like Monday morning. I'm like, what the heck? The rain was pounding on the window. So I'm like, all right. A little rain. I laid back down for a little bit. I'm like, you know what? Let me get up. So it was like around 7, a little after 7. Start my little routine. I'm like, let's get started for the day. Who knows how long I have power. Wash my face with the bathroom. Boom. Doo doo doo. I heard something shut down. I'm like, oh, there we go. And I didn't turn my. It stopped raining in the afternoon, so I turned my generator on around 4 or 5. Because I wasn't really. I'm like, you know what? If it comes back on, it comes back. I don't know how bad it is. I don't find out till last night when the power does come back on, or my internet comes back that, you know, the other side of Houston's like underwater. You don't know how bad it's gonna be. It's like it was windy. We didn't flood. A lot of wind. Um, you know, it was all right though. What are you gonna do? No power. I could live with. I should say you can't. If the entire world was without power, it'd be one thing. I'd be fine. But when I got to be online every day doing videos and working and betting and doing stuff, no
Yep.
power for 4 days is a long time. But generator pays off dividends. Fridges all worked. Had a TV, old PlayStation 3 with the DVD player in it. We watched Back to the Future trilogy, Goonies, New Hope, Empire,
All right.
Jedi. We played a little game of life, which is fun. Listen, Dan 17, Lily's 14. You get the kids off the phone
Yep.
and sit around and laugh for a while. It's pretty fun.
Oh, they must have been like lost in space.
She was a little annoyed, but she
Yeah.
paints. She keeps herself busy. My son's, he was just like, I'm like, go to your friend has power down the road. Get the hell out of the house, bro. I don't care. I'm like, what are you?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. My phone only has the time on it. I said, oh, is that all day? And I said, I'm old enough to know when like a phone, all you did was call somebody on it, and it was attached to a wall with a cord. So, come on, these guys.
I'm sure the no AC was probably the worst part, right?
No AC was well. Again, the first day I didn't turn the generator on until the afternoon. I was like, because then I was like, my luck, I'm going to gas this puppy up, and the power comes on, and then I got to run a generator for 8 hours to run the gas out of it. So whatever, I did that, and that's for a couple hours, I guess, from like 5 to 9 or so on Monday. Tuesday, I cranked it up around 11, ran into about 9 again at night, and then I got a big fan, like one of those fans you see at like Costco, like the ones you put on the floor, those big air movers. So I cranked that up. I mean, I didn't even turn on high in my house because it would blow. Things would be blowing all over the joint.
Yep.
So it was. I mean, listen, it was 100 here, but the air was on the night before. Yeah, I'm not going in and out. So it was the air. When the air came back on, it said 82.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
I remember those days when my AC went out. Oh, it was the worst.
82
Every year I gotta call the AC guys. The drain gets clogged. I just gotta unclog it.
Well, I got a guy coming maybe this weekend or next week to hook my generator up to my wall to the box.
Yeah.
Which I probably should have did beforehand, but I look at it as if I have no power for huge extended periods of time like that, like it's the world that I don't want to have power. I'll just have a giant target on my head. I'll never have enough ammo to fend off thousands. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple days is one thing, but you need the gas to run. I'm not going to run that all night. Like, why am I running? It cools at night. If I maybe you do it at night so you don't run it during the day where it's going to be really packing the punch. But I need refrigerators on. I'd rather have a cold drink if it's hot out. If I have no air conditioning, I'd rather have something cold in my hand and a TV on just to be like, hey, I'm inside. I'm not
Yep.
Yep.
There's people down here with no generator. I don't understand. And
how many days was it? About 2 or 3?
4 days.
4 days.
Oh, mine came back on in a couple days. I didn't have internet for a couple days. My mom's, none of her stuff went on. She's in the same development. That didn't come on until yesterday, last night, to her about 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Wow.
But she was here the whole time because my house is cooler. People are like, oh, you ever had a hurricane? I'm like, I lost a beach house in a hurricane. I know. I mean, we have hurricanes and blizzards. You have hurricanes and what do you have down here? Tornadoes, I guess, in Texas sometimes. But I mean, I'm used to bad weather. It's 95 with 95% humidity. I have hurricanes. I get a foot of snow. Maybe in April, could be in October, and anytime in between. I'm used to extreme weather.
It's hard to get those kids off the phone. I played Princess Bride for them the first time. The old classic. They kind of like that one.
You like Princess Bride? I'm not a big Princess Bride guy.
That's good. Classic. Well, we got a lot of Major League Baseball action. Got so there's some games already underway right now. We got one in your backyard here, Sean, Rangers and Astros. Heaney versus Brown. This is a big rivalry. These teams don't like each other. World champs struggling a little bit. Houston's one of the top hitting teams in Major League Baseball, though. What do you like in this one?
Yeah. Let's be honest with Texas. From the start of the year, you could say it's the hangover effect. You're missing 7 starting pitchers. You're going to have some ups and downs. You're going to be in a little bit of a bind. Then you lost your stud kid Young for basically half the year. Simeon was out for a while. Of course, Seager was out for a while. Wyatt Langford, another big bat, was out for a while. You see them. They're 51 and 38 to the under, which is a tribute to their hitting. And the fact that I was with the Trey Lanning doing something. We're talking about this game. I'm like, it's like slop pitching. They come out there, it's a slop. It's like, who are these guys? But somehow them and the Astros as well. An under team, 52 and 37. And that's a team that actually was like leading the league in hitting for much of the year. But when you're getting 2 out base hits and a 2 out single, it's first and third, not getting runs. And again, here comes the pitching, slop pitching. It's like, guys, Hunter Brown's terrible. Well, you know what? Hunter Brown had a couple bad starts early. The guy's been dealing since. He's dealing. Arrighetti tomorrow. He's got 2 bad starts. Like he has 6 and 7. His other starts 2-0, 3-1. Like it's just a team that kind of grinds them. I like the under tonight. I got an under 8.5 yesterday in this Houston game with Hunter Brown. I thought about taking under 150 is too many because, is Jordy playing? I know he's hurt. I know Tucker's been out. Altuve's sitting at the All-Star game. So it's kind of like, how much offense you getting here? They've been under all year, both teams. I prefer the under than a side because I just can't. Teams that don't hit, it's like the Braves. You want to lay 150 with them? I don't want to lay 150 with the Braves because they're a 55 to 30 to an under team. We're mid-July. Are we hoping, right? Hoping in one hand, pooping the other. Teams are going to start hitting now. I'll if it loses, it loses. I'll take a couple losses and then adjust my numbers. But for now, I'm keeping it the same.
I'm on the total opposite. I like the over here.
Really?
Hunter Brown, last 3 starts, 0 earned runs. Last start, Minnesota, 7 earned runs. Yep. We don't know which Hunter Brown is going to show up. But the Rangers, Andrew Heaney, he's pitching way out of his league. He's not good. Let's just be real. He's not good. He had 1 good year with the Dodgers, and he had the Dodgers offense to back him up. He's not good. The Rangers, they need to get going. They've started to get going. They go, they stop, they go. But they got this on their calendar. They're going to, damn well, I forgot who their head coach is, but they got this. They're like, we got to take 2 out of 3 here. We have to. And it starts on today. Isn't it the old Giants coach? What's his name?
No. Dusty Baker's gone. He retired.
No. For the Rangers. I can't think of his name.
Oh, yeah.
Can't think of his name.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
But I guarantee he's got this team ready to go. We're going to see I don't want to say a slugfest, but we're going to see runs today. Brown and Heaney are both going to give up runs. And I think it's going to be like a 3-2, 3-3 type game after 5. Bullpen game. We'll see who comes out on top.
Heaney was a first round, I think the 12th round pick. Or, excuse me, first round, 12th overall pick in the draft. Or maybe 9th for Miami. Yeah. And he is what he is. He's a guy, we laugh at him like, this guy's terrible. First round pick. And how many guys who are taking a first round go on to be awesome? You go through a baseball draft from 1980, 1990, 2000 on, and look at guys, you're like, whoa, who's this guy? This guy's the number 1 pick. Who's this guy?
Yeah,
you see a few of them now. Now you see a lot because they kind of bring them up faster now than back in the day. You go through the 80s, you're like, Sean Elster? Who's this guy?
Yeah. There's one thing I know about this series. These games either go way over or way under. We're either going to see a 2-1 type game, 3-1, or this is going to be a 9-8 shootout. There's never an in between.
That was on the road, though, against the Twins. And the Twins, they can hit Royce Lewis is, He's a card guy. We got a little Royce Lewis rookies. We're like, oh, this guy looks pretty good.
And he's hurt again, the poor guy.
If that guy plays, he changes the dynamic of that lineup totally. Like it's not like, oh, Brian Buxton. That guy's like 31. People talk about him like he's 20. He's 31. He plays 90 games a year.
See, the thing about Hunter Brown, he either dominates or he just has a really bad game. He doesn't have his stuff. So
he had 4 bad games. Started opening day at 5 runs.
That's why I don't look at his overall numbers.
But you go through. Well, that's why I look at his last 7 runs. Then it's 0-0-1, 0-0-3, 1-2. 4 is not bad. I mean, 1-2. You got to go back to April. I mean, 8. Look at it. His April's bad. 6-3-2. There's the 9 spot. There's the 5 opening day against them. I mean, but you go from May on. He's given up more than 3 runs twice. He gave up 4 runs in a game and then 7 his last outing, which could be just a.
I think it was a fluke. I think it was just a bad
fluke kind of start for. Like you run out. How many starts is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Since he got called back up, he's been playing really well. Yeah,
12. He had 1 bad start.
I think this series specifically, you got to look at the situation. Going into the All-Star break, these 2 teams are going to be slugging. The Astros are not done. This is a veteran squad. They know the Rangers are. They got
it. 2 out. They were like, how bad were they to start? They're 2 games back of Seattle. That's another team who hasn't started hitting yet.
Yeah. Once this team starts going, watch out. I mean, that's what they did last year. They were good all year, but once they got going at the end of the year, it's whoever goes into the playoffs hot. That's the big thing.
That's it.
But they got hot at the right time. Neither team has gotten hot. I mean, anybody can win this division, and I'm not convinced on Seattle. I think it comes down to the Rangers or the Astros to win this division.
Seattle needs a bat. I think Houston needs
pitching.
Pitching, I think, more than hitting. And Texas just needs, if they can get all their guys back, and
they just got to get healthy. Yeah, they got the guys. I mean, Scherzer coming back was a huge addition. Addition. And he didn't miss a beat.
Nah.
The guy has not missed a beat.
Listen, let's be honest. The team to beat out here is Baltimore.
100%.
Baltimore has to go get
They just got swept by the Cubs.
That's when you're playing that good, we saw that with Phillies go down a couple games. Teams, Cleveland got swept by Tampa Bay or whoever, right? I mean, teams go on. That's why it's baseball. You got to love it. 162 games, 7+ months. Teams win 4 or 5 in a row. They lose. The best team loses 5, 6 in a row. Yeah. Baltimore is the best lineup, and Burns and Grace Rodriguez, that is a 1-2. They need they need to go get Crochet or Fetty or whoever they're going to get. They got to go get a pitcher.
If they don't get them, somebody will.
Yes. I don't understand. Like, oh, well, we're good for years to come. It doesn't mean you're going to make the World Series.
Nobody's going. Nobody. You're not going to see any trades until literally a couple of days before the trade deadline.
And I do not listen. I think we talked about this last week, right? About St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah. I don't care that you're in second place and we just got to get good. I'm trading Goldschmidt to Seattle. I'll trade him to.
Yeah.
Astros want a first baseman, everyday first baseman, and put Yordi in the DH spot. Whatever. I'm getting rid of that salary.
They can't. I mean, you go into the playoffs right now. You cannot compete with the Braves, the Dodgers, and the Phillies. No. Let's be real. I don't care if you win the freaking division. You cannot beat those 3 teams.
Yes, and I'll tell you what. The Dodgers.
What's the point of winning the division? What's the point?
We talked about speaking of the Dodger team. I said their lineup does not impress me. They got 3 guys, and then Will Smith. And who knows what you're going to get out of Teoscar. That pitching staff should have been a giant. That's a worse red flag than a Yankee pitching staff.
Yeah, we've been talking
about how you seen it. Look who's on the mound tomorrow for these guys. You see their pitcher tomorrow?
For who? The Dodgers?
Robleski? Who?
I don't bet the Dodgers. I don't even look at the Dodgers, to be honest with you.
I can't either.
Because there's no value in the game. Yep. There's no value in betting the Dodgers. I don't even look at it.
I think they're down 2-0 tonight with Paxton on now.
They're down 3-0. They're down 3-0. Yeah. I don't even look at that game, to be honest with you.
Nothing.
Every day, I don't look at the Dodgers.
Tigers a 140 favorite over LA.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't look at it. There's no value in the game. There's no value unless you're doing player props. They're not.
The pitching.
It's all public perception.
The pitching is bad. They got pitching problems.
All right, Sean likes the under. Anthony, I like the over. I like the over in this one. I think both teams have been averaging around 4 or 5 runs lately. Pirates, White Sox got Crotchet versus Gonzalez. I know. I can't lay 162 minus 162 with the fucking White Sox.
Mr. Numbers can.
Yeah, I like Crochet and the Pirates. I like the under in this game. Both these offenses suck. At least the first 5 under. Anthony, what do you think? White Sox, Pirates.
I mean, this is the loser bowl. You know what I mean? In college football season, this is like, UMass versus Army type game. I mean, it's a loser
Come
bowl.
on. Give Army some respect here, man. Army wins 10 games every year.
Not last year.
How about UMass versus UTEP?
They sold the bag many times with me for me and Tooch. So
don't say that
like,
about our cadets.
Give me the White Sox minus a half first 5. I don't know what the
first 5. The only way to bet this game. You can't lay a 170 with the one
because once
the potato croquette is good. I like him. He'll end up somewhere else. Yeah. But yeah, that number I can't lay that number. It's almost like you take the Pirates just based on these numbers. Like,
yeah.
I'm looking at tomorrow's games. I'm like, it's like a day I could go like 2-9 because I like all these plus things tomorrow. And it's either going to be a nightmare or a disaster.
That's Marco Gonzalez, the veteran, used to be on the Mariners, I think.
That's your boy.
Yeah,
that's
Marco Gonzalez,
the big lefty.
Yes,
Marco Gonzalez. I thought he retired.
To me, this is a 2-1 ball game, 3-1.
Think about like you're here and you're laughing like, oh, Marco Gonzalez guy's terrible. The total's 7 tomorrow.
Marco Gonzalez, he's going to go 5 innings or 4 and a third, 2 earned runs, and it's going to be like, how? It's Marco Gonzalez. It's like a Dallas Keuchel situation.
Mm-hmm. Keuchel, I bet against him the other night, and he's pitched like Cy Young.
The whole country bet against Keuchel last Sunday.
Keep betting against it. You know what?
Yep.
Take Brewers tomorrow. Keuchel run line plus 165.
It's true.
There you go.
Who are they playing tomorrow?
That's an Earl special from our guy, the Earls.
Now, speaking of the Brewers are laying 275 at home with Peralta. I don't know anything about Rutledge. Is this his first start? Rutledge.
Who was that on your show that said he's on the Brewers money line? Was it get the pen out?
I get the pen out. That was Dave G. Yeah, get the pen out, Dave.
Oh my gosh. Minus
Milwaukee's minus 245. Get the pen out.
It was 245 at the time.
Yeah.
It was 215 this morning. It's all the way up to 275.
So speaking of, the run line moved from like 120 to like 145 10 minutes into the show.
The only reason the number went up is because everybody's throwing the Brewers in their money line parlays.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's it.
And here we go.
Brewers are not going to lose.
We got an Andrew Heaney sighting.
Yeah.
This guy, Jackson Rutledge, first round pick, 17th overall by the Natties. First start, 6 innings. Not bad. Well, he went 3 2/3 innings against the Pirates. They got him for 7 runs on the road. Followed that up 6 1/3, 2 earned runs versus the White Sox at home. He won that game 4-3. Or he got a no decision. The team won 4-3. He gets the win 3-2, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run versus Atlanta. Back-to-back spot. They get to Atlanta. These are all last year, by the way. These are all last year starts. Atlanta gets them the next game, and they tag them for 5 runs, it says here. So 5 runs in 5 innings of work. Again, 2 spots on the road. He gave up the runs. I almost want to take Jackson Rutledge here, the youngster.
I almost 225 is such a sexy number.
Right? Yeah. I mean, what are we doing here with Peralta? You want to lay that with Peralta? I don't want to do that.
I think it's going to be like a 3-1 type game after 5. That's what I do. I look at you got to look at what's the score going to be after 5 innings. I see a low scoring game, and it comes down to the bullpens. But I just don't have any faith in the Nationals bullpen, especially if they're trailing.
Yeah, in the majors.
I mean, I cannot take the Nationals. But Peralta's not been the same. He's going to give up his fair share of runs, and when I say fair share, like 2 to 3 runs.
I think he's good. The Nats get hit a little bit.
They're so wishy-washy on the road. On the road, they're so hit or miss.
2 weeks ago, they were 12-14-1 to make the playoffs. Now they're 10 games under. Yeah. What happened here?
They hit. They went to the Cardinals. I don't know, for some reason they just really struggled versus the Cardinals pitching staff.
I like this kid Rutledge. I think
it's available bullpen for the Nationals for tonight.
You know what a good play is?
1 ERA.
Nationals money line first 5 innings, or Nationals plus a half first 5 innings. because I could definitely see a tight game through 5 innings, but I just don't have any trust in the Nationals bullpen. The way they've been pitching. They have, like Tooch said, they are the worst bullpen. If I'm correct, was it since June 1st? They're just horrendous.
Give me the Brewers team total over 4.5. If I'm playing this game, I have no play on this game, but
yeah, I'm not going to say no to that.
I'll take the Brewers team total over.
Brewers haven't been hitting, but this would be a perfect situation if they can
Natty's
get some
first
bullpen.
5 plus a half is plus 145.
Oh my God! There you go. It could be a tie game after 5, and you're still getting plus 145. I think I would lean that way. Again, I'm not betting it, but I would. I mean, if I were, I would.
You can get them on the run line plus 1.5. It's plus 115. I don't even hate.
I would take the first 5 innings. I'm telling you, that bullpen is just atrocious. It's just so bad, especially after the Cardinal series. I mean, there was just.
I'm
bad.
taking in Natty's plus 210 first 5 here.
They haven't faced Peralta since last year. Brewers a 6-4 Brewers winner.
Peralta's home road starts are completely different. On the road, I always tell Tooch, Peralta starting on the road, take the over. Take the over. At home, you can't go against him.
Yep.
You just cannot go against Peralta at home.
All right. We got Cubs Cardinals. I'm on the over in this game. Cubbies are plus 165. Cardinals minus 196.
My top play of the day.
Kyle Hendricks.
Yeah, my top play of the day is a 5-unit play, and it's the Cubs team total over 3.5. You're getting even money on it. I couldn't pass it up.
Yep.
I don't like Hendricks, but the Cubs are playing good ball here. Why not take 3.5? They're raking. You even want to take them at the big dog spot, I wouldn't blame you.
You got to look at the situation. This is Sonny Gray has not been the Sonny Gray that we're all used to seeing. He's not dominating. He's given up 3 runs, 4 runs, and what is it? 5 runs or
this
2
is
runs?
It's almost second half Sonny Gray time. Yeah. So he starts out on fire, 7-0 with like a 2.35 or less ERA. Now he's 9-5 with a 3-something ERA. That's what he is. He's second half. He kind of bounces out the good first half.
Yep.
And if the Cubs are winning going into the 9th, they just called up this one dude. The dude throws 100 miles an hour. They had a guy throwing 100 miles an hour in AAA this whole time with an ERA close to 1. No, not him.
The Hodge?
No. He's up too, but
that's fine.
And finally,
the problem is they can't hit a lick. That's the problem that's cost them the first half of the year. They weren't hitting. Nobody's hitting on the team.
But they blew, what is it, 9 losses in the 9th inning, the Cubs?
Yeah.
It's been, I mean, it was the most.
Where's Big Matty Mervis, the big first baseman?
April. Oh, he's been really struggling. Just April alone, and they had a winning record in April. 5 losses going into the 9th inning with the lead. 5.
Oh, goodness.
Can you imagine that? 5.
That helped my win total. That's
Merriweather.
No.
I saw some of these kids at the game the other 7th.
I'll tell you who he is. But Hendricks, I mean, that's why I'm not taking the Cubs money line out. Anything with Hendricks on the mound, especially on the road, he's going to get hit. There's no doubt about it.
There's Biggie or Big.
That might be it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the Cubby minor league. It's all you guys.
They just called him up, and I'm telling you, it was like, holy crap, because nobody on the pitching staff throws 100 miles an hour.
Sean, know where the AAA team is located?
Cubbies. Who's that? Durham? Is that there?
Nope. Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa.
At my backyard. Yeah, didn't I send you some pictures from the game when I was there? No, I just sent them to Anthony, maybe.
Yeah, I don't want you sending me pictures from the bathroom, you sicko.
I'll send you a picture. The road outside the ballpark is called Line Drive, Sean.
Oh, that's nice.
Hunter Biggie. He's the one that they called up.
Hunter Biggie is his name?
Hunter Biggie.
Yep.
Yeah.
They called up him, Merriweather, and what's the other guy? Hodge. They called those 2
Hodge
guys
has been up. Hodge has been up. So Colton Brewer, he got hurt, so they called up Hunter Biggie. Remember, Brewer's he's the worst bullpen guy on the face of the planet.
Punched a brick wall and broke his hand.
Yeah, thank God.
He's done.
Thank God. Ethan Roberts is called back up. Mark Leiter's back. and they just signed Trace Thompson. Alexander Canario is called up because Bellinger's hurt. So their young arms in the bullpen is definitely a huge upgrade. And Jorge Lopez, who they got from the Mets, that had that big he's been pitching real good. So, I mean, the bullpen for the Cubs have been, believe it or not, I don't know what it is right now. Going into last Saturday, they had a 0.87 ERA from June 1st going into last Saturday. And they've been really good all week. So they're probably still the number one bullpen since June 1st, believe it or not.
So let's see. 4-1 this season in head-to-head for the Cardinals versus the Cubbies.
Oh, yeah. Cardinals have owned them. But they haven't really, blew them out. They're all just been beat them.
Yep.
And a lot of those games, the Cubs had their chance to beat them.
7-6, 4-3, 3-0, 5-1, 2-1. So
they've had their opportunity.
4 one-run games. Yeah, big rivalry.
You guys don't have to sell me on the Cubs at all.
Cubs are the worst team in the league in one-run games.
Cubs are 6-1 their last 7. Sean, what do you like in this game? Anything?
I would lean Cubs the money line, honestly. I think the Cubs are hitting the ball. Why don't?
To Hendricks' defense, last Saturday he pitched versus the Angels at home before he got hurt. He had 2 strikeout pitches, clear as day. StatCast had him on the strikeout. Yeah. The umpire called him on ball 4, and those ball 4s led to the 4th out of the inning, base hit, RBI in, base hit, run driven in. So, I mean, that game was the umpire really screwed him over, in my opinion.
At Baltimore, a sweep versus the Angels, they took 2 out of 3. Before that, they played the Phillies, lost 2 out of 3.
And they had their chances of winning that game, too, in those games. They had their chances.
Yeah, they were in those games for the Phillies.
I mean, everybody's like, oh, the Phillies are going to kill the Cubs. The Cubs had their chances of winning. And the one game I bet against the Cubs, they actually won. I was like, all right, I can't.
Cardinals 6-4 their last 10. And Sean likes the Cubbies money line. Anthony and I are on the over. Anthony on the team total over.
Yeah.
We got the Mariners and Angels. The Mariners doing miracles, smoke and mirrors here. Got Wu coming back. Last time I bet on the Mariners, Wu, he was a scratch at 10 minutes before the game, and I didn't put the bet Wu has to start, so got screwed there. He's back, and then Tyler Anderson. Mariners minus 136, Angels plus 116. Anthony, Mariners in first place in the West.
My favorite play of this game is first 5 innings under 4.5 runs. Tyler Anderson is pitching out of his mind. It's just a matter of time until he's on the Dodgers.
Yep,
and
back to the Dodgers.
Wu's just dominating. I mean, if you really watch him,
unless he's walking, guys, he's great.
I don't get it because I don't think his stuff is really that good. But hey, it's doing the job. I watched him versus the Rays and dominated the Rays. He's
got a really good changeup. Yeah. Sean, what do you like here?
I got the under 8.5 in this. Anderson's just been really good. Seattle doesn't hit. Wu, I know, is off his injured spot, so I'm not really high on laying with Seattle. I'm always against guys making their first starts.
Yep.
So I give me the under.
It's hard to back the Angels. It's just so hard.
It is. It's an ugly lineup. Yeah. But again, Wu's been good, but I don't like. Again, they pushed his start back, whether he was in the minors for whatever. They put him down there for a game or two for whatever reason.
He was good in the minors though on those 2 starts.
Yeah. So maybe
good in the minors. Otherwise, he's gonna have trouble up in the majors.
But you know how that is. Guys go down there and all of a sudden they get rocked, but they just push them back for whatever reason to.
Yeah, no play for me. If I did, I'm with you guys on the unders though. I like Mariners unders.
Here we go, baby.
Blue Jays, Diamondbacks. Sean likes the Diamondbacks tonight. He'll have a play on that game a little later. Blue Jays plus 102, Diamondbacks minus 120. The Blue Jays just came off a nice series with the Giants, where they took 2 out of 3. Before that, they took 2 out of 3 from the Mariners. Yeah, Rodriguez versus Nelson. Ryan Nelson, he's been hit around a little bit. Nelson's last start went 6 2/3 inning. It was a 9-1 winner against the Padres. That was Sean's free play I think, right?
Yes.
Or no,
Yep.
that was Ciccone.
Run line. Padres
Sorry.
run line we had the other day. Or last Friday.
Yep.
Big winner.
Yep, Padres run line. That was Ciccone versus Vasquez. Anthony, any plays? Blue Jays, Diamondbacks.
I would lean the over. Nelson's going to give up his fair share of runs. The Blue Jays bullpen is just another disaster bullpen. So in Arizona, hot weather, I mean, the roof will be open. I like the over in this game.
And this is Yariel Rodriguez.
Which is pretty decent. I got to give him, I mean, I didn't really have a lot of confidence in him, but he's been pitching really well. So it could be, Blue Jays could be up short in the first 5 innings, and Blue Jays bullpen will be the Blue Jays bullpen and blow it.
Yep.
Yariel Rodriguez, prop over 4.5 strikeouts at plus 125. Last 2 games had 6 strikeouts in both those 2 games.
That number is way too sharp. Then why would it be plus 4.5? Yeah, it's
over 4.5 at plus.
That's a trap.
Because the Diamondbacks don't strike out a lot. They're very patient.
That tells you right there. He probably, you know what? He probably finishes with 4. Yep. He probably finishes with no one. For someone that does strikeout props basically every day, it probably ends up with 4.
Yep.
They don't give you plus 125 at such a 4.5 number. It's like, oh, he can do that. No, nope.
There you go. You heard it here. Last game, no.
I had Baz yesterday over 5.5 strikeouts plus 125. He finished with 5.
I just like my Ribby prop.
So Sean likes the Ribbies. Sean left for a second there. I think he got internet crashed. We got the Braves and Padres. Schwellenbach. I don't know anything about Schwellenbach, I tell you.
Well, usually the Braves don't win on the starts that he starts, but I think they won his last start. And Vasquez is pitching lights out.
5-1. He pitched 6.0.
Yeah.
6 innings.
Vasquez has been pitching lights out in his last 3 starts.
Vasquez, 6 1/3, was a 10-8 winner over the Diamondbacks. That was Sean's free play on the run line. Let's see. And that is Randy Vasquez. Before that, he pitched against the Red Sox June 28th. Looks like he's gotten some regular starts there, Anthony. Any plays for you? You like the Padres in this one?
I like the Padres team total. They're gonna get Schwellenbach does give up his fair share of runs most of the time, especially on the road. Versus Padres lineup, I just don't see him shutting down this Padres lineup in San Diego.
Yeah, I would lean towards the over in this game. No play for me though.
Is Sean back in?
Not yet.
He just texted. I don't know what happened.
He lost his internet.
Probably, possibly.
All right, Twins and Giants, Anthony. I know you and I like this game. We got Joe Ryan.
All the way up to minus 154.
Joe Ryan, and you and I are fans of Big Joe.
Of course. He's a good pitcher.
He's a monster.
I've been a fan of him since he got debuted a couple years ago.
Yep, Joe Ryan versus the Giants. Giants struggling a little bit, they're
that's the thing about the Giants. You don't know who's going to show up.
Yeah.
Because when they show up, they show up. When they don't show up, I mean, they literally do not show up.
They lost their last 2 series, 2 out of 3 to the Blue Jays, 2 out of 3 to the Guardians.
Yep. I can understand the Guardians, but the Blue Jays, they won game 1, lost game 2. Blue Jays scored 10 runs in game 2, and I thought for sure the Giants would have came back and won game 3, take the series, and 2 runs in the top of in the bottom of the first, and then a solo home run in the last strike of the game. Got a homer, and that was it. Blue Jays took care of business.
You got Ryan versus Harrison. Harrison, man, he can get hit, man.
He can get hit, and he can also shut you down too. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. But I think the Twins, Giants are they're in a little bit of a funk the last 6 games. They win 1, they lose 2. They win 1, lose 2. So
that's Sean back. We're talking Twins, Giants, Joe Ryan versus Kyle Harrison. Over under 7.5. Twins minus 154 with Big Joe on the mound. I like the Twins in this one, but the pitching favors the Twins in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Twins bullpen is great, and Joe Ryan is a good good.
And the numbers
good
on the
starting
move.
pitcher.
It's gone up since this morning.
Yeah.
I was sort of like thinking about taking the Giants here, but give me an over. I think it's an over game. Play probably Nerfy. I don't know about that. I like Joe Ryan, but I don't know. Something tells
I don't
me
trust Harrison. I don't, and I also don't.
Yeah, I'm
trust
not really.
Wynn.
I know he's a lefty
The
or whatever
wind-
youngster, but
The wind has been blowing out of San Francisco the past couple series, so be careful with that. Because a lot of what was it, 4 home runs yesterday in yesterday's game. So be careful with the Nerfy in this game.
Yeah, I mean, every time I play the Twins Nerfy, they score like three runs in the first inning. They're just like someone homers.
You can't
But
take.
sometimes that guy Jeffers leads off. He's got like 30 homers or something. Like, I mean, they got some power in that lineup. I don't want to play. I don't want to nerf. That's why I think there's gonna be runs.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I like Twins first 5 -0.5. Any other plays on this game, guys? He's waiting for player prop team waiting for Pirates White Sox. There's your nerf.
What's the juice on that player prop? I'm curious.
For Pirates White Sox Nerfy?
I'm guessing -130. I'm just taking a wild
Gotta be
guess
something like that. Yep.
because I'm sure
I do like that play. I love the
but
under.
the Marco, yeah, I'm thinking -130, which I think is a good value for that type of starting pitching.
Bad lineups.
If you can get -130 or better, I think it's a good value. Anything less,
-135 on DraftKings.
okay. I mean, that's -130. What a guess! What a guess! I know my my Nerfy prices.
Yep. I like the Nerfy in that game, man.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't, Tooch? Who doesn't like the Nerfy? Tooch, who doesn't like the Nerfy in that one? Come on.
This is a Marco Gonzalez first start of the season for Marco here?
Mm-hmm.
It does. I'd still take it.
Oh boy,
I'd still take it. The White Sox.
Well, these are probably the two worst offenses in the major leagues.
Yeah. You know the Pirates. I mean, unless a Brian Reynolds goes deep, which I'll take my chances. I'd play this Nerfy.
Sean, any play on for you on this game?
I'm trying to see when Marco Gonzalez's last pitch was back in April. Boy,
Take a look there for you.
Normally, I would say, no, like under because of this, right? You got two bad teams offensively. He has actually pitched well his first 3 starts before he got hurt. So, but again, I don't know why he was out. Former first round pick too, 19th overall in the first round.
Player prop. Pirates do not strike out the most in the league. It's the Mariners. Mariners
April
and the Braves
13th was his last start, 5K.
Yeah. Pirates are one of the top teams in strikeout, but nobody can touch the Mariners in strikeouts for right-handed pitching. Nobody.
6 hits, 200 runs for Gonzalez back in April 13th.
I don't hate the nerf
ago.
here with these guys. You know, the White Sox lineup isn't all that great.
No, it's pretty bad. The bullpen's the word. It's just the first inning. Just get the first 3 outs.
You know, I'm all for Nerfies because like I said, I don't care who the pitcher is. I could go out there. If I'm the best pitcher on the team, if you can't get 3 outs, you're in trouble. Seattle, yes, number 1 strikeout team in the league, 979. Pirates at number 5 at 863.
The Braves got to be up there too. I know they're bad against, and the Rockies.
Rockies versus left-handed pitching.
The Braves.
And when it comes to worst hitting teams in the league, Seattle and the White Sox tied worst hitting at 220.
Yep.
Where are the Pirates?
Oakland is 225, and the Pirates at 229.
What website is it?
The top.
MLB.com.
Oh, it's MLB. Okay.
The Pirates and White Sox, 2 of the top 4 worst offenses.
I could have told you that. If you literally just look at the scores and you really dig into these games day by day, you pretty much have an idea who the top teams are.
Yep.
Who worst teams and top teams are.
All right. If we sweep today, 3-0 on the show, 1 viewer receive a free weekend VIP pass. All you got to do is
We've been 2-1 in the past 2 or 3 weeks, something like that.
What do they have to retweet?
The show.
The show. Okay. Any one of us?
Retweet the show. I tweeted it out already.
Yep. I tweeted it out.
It's already on my feed.
It's on the feed.
No Mr. Numbers in the comment section. Where's that guy?
Yep.
He's going to wait till after the show.
Let's get out some free plays. Let you guys get out of here for those. Let the weekend start. Here we go. All right. We have got Anthony's free play. I like this play too. Padres team total over 3.5 versus Schwellenbach.
I've hit 2 in a row, so I'm going for 3. Let's do this. You
like Schwellenbach, Sean?
I kind of like the Braves just because the Padres have lost 3, 4 in a row. I don't want to bet on a team that's lost that, but
I just don't like
score runs. They can score runs. It's not like it's not like Tom Glavine and Maddox or Strider and Fried. Right. This is a guy with a 5 ERA. He's not all that great.
This is not a good spot for him. He's going to give up about 3, 4 runs himself.
I don't hate this.
Yeah.
On the road in San Diego, Braves with Schwellenbach and the team total over 3.5. Sean, giving you another run line play and plus money. Last week had a plus 180 winner with the Padres minus 1.5.
We do, baby.
Alternate run line.
And I agree. If the D-backs win this, I think they win by 3 or 4 runs.
That's it. They're hitting the ball. What are we doing going short? If it loses, it's just a loss, even money.
Yep, even money loss. Yep.
So I get greedy, as Ross Benderman says. You got to get greedy. I'll take them. Let's take you. I like being greedy. That's why I'm fat.
We're all greedy in one way. People like their money line parlays. That's greed. That's greed.
Yep.
Tooch's free play, Cubs Cardinals over 8 minus 115.
Yes.
So
let's go back to last week real quick.
Yep.
Tooch is continuing to be old for lifetime when he changes his free play on the show.
But if I change it twice, I should have. We found out that if I would have changed it twice, I gave out the Astros team total over.
Tooch is still 0 for forever.
Yep.
He is not.
Cannot change it, so I didn't change it. So Anthony had the same play as me, but he graciously gave it to me, so I didn't have to change.
Because I got money on this, and I cannot afford to have that be a loss just because Tooch changed his stupid free play.
Yep. And we got the All-Star break next week. We might, if Sean and I read our magazines, we might talk a little college football, getting ready for college football season, which is right around the corner. And all of the realignment, the transfer portal, the coaching changes. It's just
please, I gotta do AFC East and NFC North tomorrow for a channel. So here we go. It's time. Why not? It's a good time. We got the All-Star break coming.
Pac-12 went to Pac-2, Sean.
Is it? I know. I think no. They're in the aren't they in the ACC? They're playing the ACC teams.
Whoever they're playing, it's called the Pac-2.
I don't think it's updated in the magazine.
The magazine hasn't updated.
The Big Ten is 18 teams. 18 teams?
18 teams in the Big Ten. Yeah, the Big 18.
18?
Yeah.
The last I saw, Florida State,
their own league.
Florida State, Miami, and Clemson are all going to the Big 12 now.
I mean, you might as well just have 3 leagues: Big 12, SEC, and Big 12. Big 10, Big 12, and SEC, and that's it. And then you got your minor little teams like Memphis and USF. But I mean, 18 teams? That should be illegal. That's ridiculous.
And they're still called the Big 10.
Yeah.
The
Big 18.
Bring back the Big 8. I like the Big 8 back in the day.
Oh yeah.
The Pac-2. I like the Pac-2.
The Pac-2. I want a Pac-2 T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's not because Stanford is picked to be the 17th best team in the ACC this year.
SEC. They're in the SEC?
ACC.
ACC. I was going to say they're going to get killed. I mean, they're going to be hung after week 2.
A West Coast team is in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
With Cal's picked 10th here in the Athlon book.
Well, look at what team is in the Big 10 that's in the West Coast. Which one is
Oregon,
that?
Washington,
USC.
Yeah, in the that's a Midwest.
Yeah.
I mean,
but the name of the conference is Atlantic Coast.
Yeah, that's even worse. That's worse.
Stanford and Stanford and Cal are in Stanford and Berkeley.
The Pac-2 should be independent, like Notre Dame.
They said I saw Texas A&M might go to the Big 10 with Miami, Florida State, and Clemson.
They're in the Big 12, Texas Tech.
Texas A&M is in SEC. They're going to leave. Okay. So the
And
Big
Amazon
Ten
is.
to go into to make the Big Ten Texas country. You know, like
You do know what's going on. As soon as you guys memorize what team is in what conference, college
change.
basketball starts, and you're going to be screwed up altogether.
oh,
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, we're out of here. Let you guys get out of here and have a nice weekend. We will talk to you next week. Good night.